Okay, Chad, here's the other video. So this is one of the last throws that you did on video before you started to pitch. And just again, I want to show you a few things here. So when you start, it's good to keep your hands low. I would also recommend that you start with the glove up high in that position and the hand down here, just at the beginning so you can get the arm up into where, this arm up where it needs to be up here. And you don't have to think about lifting that arm because this, when that arm is not up, the throwing arm's not going to get up as high. So let's take a look at what you do here. So you start to drive out, and I know you're thinking about, a couple of things here. Your arm, leading with the elbow, so make sure you continue to lead with the elbow. It looks pretty good. The hand is pretty low, which is good. And your leg is almost out of full stride length. You have a little more to go. All right, you pull the elbow back, you get some better horizontal abduction. That's when the elbow here goes behind the back. Okay, but take a look at your glove arm. You see where your elbow is? See, and this is where your elbow is here. So pretty much most of the time your arms are going to mimic each other. So the front elbow, if we can get that up higher, it'll be much better for you because take a look here. When you get the elbow up, what we want to see is we want to see at least an 85-degree angle off the body. And your elbow is at about a 69-degree angle. We want you to be up here in the low 80s, maybe even to the mid 80s. And in order to get that, the front arm should get up there as well. But you get it up better than before, but it is still significantly low. I mean, most pitchers, I've never seen anybody this extremely low. I mean, there's some guys who keep the glove tucked, but the elbow still comes up. You reach out a little bit, but you don't get any elevation with the glove, which is really kind of critical to help you from just being a rotator. So when you land the front foot, you see how your elbow just pulls and it rotates. It doesn't have any room to come down because it's already down. Normally when you get the elbow up towards shoulder height, I mean not at shoulder height, but about an 85-degree angle off the body, it'll come down, and in that coming down, it'll give you some more, some angular velocity, some more linear velocity. So when linear is everything that's going towards home plate, rotational means that it's going this way, and you have just too much rotational. So I think what would help you this week is if you worked on either starting the arm up here in this position and your other hand down here, and then work on exploding from this leg so that you get off that foot so that you can rotate the hips and pull the arm back at the same time. So watch your back foot. See how your back foot is still there on the ground? That means that the hips aren't able to move, so there's no hip movement yet. The hips here are not turning. When you get this foot down, these hips have to be moving. So when you practice, get this foot to be more explosive. When you get here, when you're really driving out into front foot plant, and try to combine that with the arm coming up. So if you keep the hand low and wait till you get out there and then boom, let it all come out and bring this arm up to where it needs to be, I think you're going to really feel a great amount of separation and some counter rotation here as the timing really improves, okay? So just take it one step at a time. Then, after maybe a few days, you want to start with your hands down together and see if you can bring both arms up, and maybe you can just hold right here when you land and make sure this foot's turned and this foot is straight, and see where your arms are. Just try to do this movement over and over again. Get both arms up, get that elbow up to about that line instead of where it is there. And that'll help this arm get up to where it needs to be. Remember, pulling up from the elbow. So when you drop that hand down, get that elbow up and get this elbow up, and then just hold right there and just do that for a couple times and then throw. So we just got to loosen this up and expand our, our range of motion here with the arms coming off the body a little bit more so that we can get some more angular and some more linear velocity with the trunk. See, if you just take a look, the trunk just turns. It turns, but I don't see too much chest thrust. So when you release the ball, you're a little bit over your knee, but you could be a lot better. All right, so just work on it. Give it a shot for about a month, and we'll see where that takes us. Just remember, when you get out here to foot plant, you got to get this foot in the back here, the drive leg. You got to get that foot off the ground. Really power that out, and then pull the arm up as you're doing that. Okay, so if you watch here, you pull the arm up, and the hips rotate just a little bit late because the back foot just doesn't get off the ground. And I know you weren't really starting from your real true position either. So it was a little bit awkward to start from that position. But good job taking the ball out of the glove with the fingers on top. Good job pulling the elbow back a little bit. Just got to get that in sync with this arm. Get them both up a little bit higher so the elbows are in a better spot to give you some more angular power. All right, I'll see you next week.